Welcome to the Wild and Elemental Podcast, where intuition meets the unknown. Join us as we explore tarot, herbalism, witchcraft, spirituality, folklore, and the mysteries that connect us all. So light a candle, get comfortable, and let's get wild. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild and Elemental Podcast. My name is Jess, and this is Sam. This is episode 4. And it's been a struggle. It's been a bit of a struggle to record this episode. So hopefully this second take goes better than the first. Today's episode is going to be about angel numbers. We're going to go down through. Sam's got some interesting tidbits about them, what they mean, things like that. And then we're going to go down through some of the common angel numbers and herbs that correspond with them. We'll do this week's Herbal Ally, and Sam will do your week ahead tarot pull. So Sam's going to start us off today. She's got some good info for you.
So I don't know what numbers you guys see, but numerology has been around for several years. It's been around since early 3500 BCE, where priests actually inscribed numbers besides the name of deities, linking arithmetic to theology and cosmic order. In Babylon, in 2000 BCE, scholars used numbers for deviation and astrology, treating them as sacred and powerful numbers. Ancient Egypt also embellished numerology symbolism in mythology, such as the eyes of Horus fractions, representing wholeness and cosmic balance. So they started off with the numbers as balance, which I think is super cool. And then in China, they used oracle bones and tortoise shells from the 14th century to interpret messages with numerology patterns, which I think is so cool.
It
all started with, it all started basically with the Greek philosopher Pythagoras. I think I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that because I can't pronounce anything. He's the father of numerology. And his followers believe that numerology, that numbers were the fundamental building blocks of the universe and influencing music and planetary movements in human destiny. So he studied it in Egypt for over 2 decades and developed the Pythagorean number system, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, some of the most common numbers people see a lot are like 444, which means like new beginnings. It also means money coming in as well. So it's also meaning to rest as well. A lot of people see the common numbers are ones. Ones talk about intuition, manifesting. 000s, new opportunities coming in. Twos, which is like what I was seeing a lot when you and I started partnering, was 222s. Twos mean like partnerships. So friendships, romantic relationships, business partners, which I think is really neat. And 333 is you're having like a spiritual awakening. You're supported by people around you. And 555 typically are another popular one people see when they're going through life changes. You're also going to see dead raccoons too. That's a symbolization of changes. And people kind of fear 666 a lot, but it's actually about balance and harmony, which a lot of people are working on this year, the year of the horse. And 777s are my favorites because it's good luck. And 8s and 9s are about abundance. So it's kind of neat how they all kind of correlate. And I really firmly believe that Dunkin' Donuts, I'm not too sure if you guys like Dunkin', they're okay. But I firmly believe that the numbers on the cups mean like an angel number. Like, have you ever gone to Dunkin', got a number and looked it up?
I've never looked them up, but I'm going to pay attention now. Like, I never thought about that, how that might correspond with like what's going on in my life. So does Starbucks have numbers on their cups?
I don't think so. I think they just have their names. But if you guys know, probably better than me. I don't go to Starbucks too often. But I don't think they do. So what numbers do you see all the time?
I'm a 333 girl and I'm a 444 girl. 333 is, I had mentioned in the last episode when my pap had passed away, I woke up in the middle of the night at 3:33 and I just had this like feeling. I just knew that he wasn't here anymore. And it was pretty close to that time that he had passed. I see 444 a lot, a lot. And from like my research, what I understand is it's also like a like protection. Like it means like you are like guarded by like spirit and like that you have like a divine protection around you. I don't know if that's something you've seen too. When I was little, I was an 1111 girl. I was always making wishes about something. Little did I know that it actually meant something, but yeah, so I still see that one a little bit too.
So you knew from a very early age that you had like abilities, which I think is really cool. I personally see 911 and 824. And it's kind of ironic that 824, I lived at 824, a road for a couple of years with my ex. And then 911, I was constantly calling 911 on each other. But that's all about, yeah, you're basically creating your life's purpose. You are basically listening to what you're supposed to be doing. You need to focus on what your goal is here on planet Earth, which I think is neat. But when it comes to numbers, I think it's kind of cool that each specific number means something. So, for example, anyone born on the 19th, they are always paying back bad karma. They are people that have to work harder this lifetime because of things that they did in their past life. Now, my ex 19th, he deserves it. But do you know
Yeah,
anyone born on 19th?
my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't want to say she's been dealt a shitty hand, but life hasn't been super easy for her. She lost her biological dad when she was 4, and it just seems like if she's gonna have any kind of luck, it's bad. So I kind of believe that it might have something to do with 19. Wait till I tell her about that. She probably won't think it's as fun as I do, but yeah, I can see
Yeah.
how that
Right.
correlates.
Another unlucky one is people born on the 28th. Those people always have to work harder for finances. They do not come easy. Why? I don't know, but that's what they say. So if anyone's born on the 28th and you think that, money just falls through, no, it's not you. It's numerology. It's how the day you're born.
The
And then they
universe.
say another thing, guess. And I think it's really cool that like January 3rd and February 15th, those two types of dates are the most like people. So a lot of influencers will be born on January 3rd or February 15th. A lot of people gravitate towards those people. Another one I thought was really interesting was people born on the 22nd are very strong working individuals, people that work like to build their lives are known as the builders of that, which is kind of neat.
That is cool.
Um,
My middle son is a September 22nd, and he's a very hard worker. He's only
yeah.
14, and he had his first job. Like he couldn't wait to go to work, so he had a summer job this summer. He's always anything that his dad needs, he's always the first one willing to help. And so I can see how that corresponds because he definitely is a very hard worker, and he has big goals for life too. He's going to be going to a technical school this year for his freshman year of high school where he's going to study for diesel mechanics. So he already has like goals and things that he's working for. So I see how that one correlates. Yeah.
And the last one I thought that was super interesting is people that are born on the 4th, the 13th, and the 31st need structure. These types of people have the hardest with impulse control and
Hmm,
they lack structure, which I thought was kind of neat.
that
But
is neat.
overall, why do people see these angel numbers? So the purpose of these angel numbers is just a reminder to slow down and reflect. You need to remember what you're thinking about. Just like you can manifest good things with 111, you can manifest the opposite. And also these angel numbers are symbols of hope, and I know the brain is taught to recognize patterns, but specific patterns like 1, 2, 3, 4, you may see that 1234 or 7, 8, 9. Those are consecutive events that are happening in your life. So a 1, 2, 3, 4 is new beginnings. 7, 8, 9, you're ending a cycle, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What number you have to let us know in the comment section what numbers you see
Yeah, for
and what
sure.
you're
Is there
thinking when it
anything?
happens.
Yeah. So over the weekend when we were in Morgantown, we had stayed Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. And on Sunday morning, the alarm clock in our hotel room started going off at 6 a.m. I didn't set the alarm, and it was on
6/26. So it was 6 a.m. on 6/26. And I looked it up because it was a big weekend for us. It was my daughter's very last softball tournament that she was going to play in, and she was having a really hard time because it was the end of something. And I feel like when I looked it up, I should have wrote it down. It was something about like being a part of something. I think it had something to do with like joy and like being part of something, but it correlated perfectly with like the day.
Yes, so it's kind of ironic. 626 is a repeated sign to embrace the positive changes, stepping out of the fear of your comfort zone and exploring new opportunities. So I can
Yeah.
see how that would be fitting because she's ending something and starting new. So it's
Yeah.
basically all about hard work, perseverance, and positive mindset.
100%. And the thing is though, like to I don't know, to some people that's just a number, but like sometimes you have to pay attention because like the universe gives us signs in very small and subtle ways. Like you may not think that seeing a number on a clock or picking a feather up off the ground or something like that is anything that's significant, but it really is. Like sometimes you just have to slow down and pay attention because the universe is constantly giving us signs for things.
It is. And I've been seeing feathers like crazy the last couple of days. And just today I saw about triple fives, triple sixes, triple sevens, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the universe just screaming at you. It's really cool.
Super cool. Super, super cool. It was really hard for me to associate one herb to angel numbers because they're all so vastly different. So I did go down through and do a little bit of research, and I found some herbs that correlate with the most common angel numbers. So like the triples. So if you see triple zeros a lot, like Sam talked about, that one is like new beginnings. Chamomile is a really good herb to use if you are trying to work with triple zeros, correlating things to triple zeros, because it fosters like a pure, calm receptivity that is needed for like a blank slate. So chamomile is good for triple zeros. If you're seeing 111 manifestation, rosemary, which we talked about in our very, very first episode. Rosemary is great to sharpen your focus, boost your memory, and it helps with like acceleration of your own personal intentions. So rosemary is great for manifestation. 222, partnership and balance. You can use lavender for 222s. It will soothe friction. It builds trust. And it like can bring harmony to relationships. 333, creativity and growth. Sage is great for this. It can be used to clear creative like blocks. It helps to align your mind, your body, and your spirit. 555, change. Peppermint is great for 555. It stimulates adaptability, which is something that's important when you're going through a big change. It clears stagnation and it helps during like fast transition. So if it's a quick change, something is happening fast, peppermint is great for that. 666, self-care, refocus. Lemon balm. Lemon balm is a very calming herb. It can be used to like calm down an overthinking mind if you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. It helps to restore self-compassion. So it's great for like refocus and self-care. If you are seeing 777, spirit and luck, which I wonder if that's why they make 777 on slot machines like a winning number, because it's a lucky number. I wonder if it comes from like stems from numerology and angel numbers. I'm gonna have to look that up. Mugwort. So we've talked about mugwort. Mugwort enhances vivid dreams, intuition, and deep spiritual awareness. So it is very good for luck. 888, abundance and power. Believe it or not, basil is used to attract wealth, financial success, and personal empowerment. So just your normal kitchen basil, you probably have it in the cupboard. So if you're trying to work with 888 for some abundance, you want to use basil for that. And I have 999 for the last one. Competition, closure, elderberry. Elderberry supports transformation, letting things go, and finishing up cycles. So elderberry would be a good one if you're working with 999.
I just looked it up on 777, the significance. So 777 in classic slots often appears alongside cherries, bars, bells, and other fruit symbols. Bars can appear as single, double, or triple with increasing payouts. 777 is recognized as a symbol of luck and high reward in slot machines. When 3 sevens appear in a row, it triggers the game's highest payout, which I thought was kind of neat. It gets the highest. This tradition dates back to early fruit machines of the late 19th and early 20th century, where their easily recognizable symbols were used to indicate winning contributions. The number sevens have been associated with good fortune and completeness across all cultures.
That's cool. So that's probably why whoever created the slot machine chose 777 to be like the lucky number with the highest payout.
Yeah, which I think is super cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
recently
super
started
neat.
seeing some of it.
Yeah, awesome. So cool. So because I couldn't tie one single herb to angel numbers, since 444 is probably my most prominent, I chose this week's herbal ally to correspond with 444. 444, which is protection. We're going to talk about nettle. So stinging nettle is another name for it. It can also sometimes be called burnweed. The scientific name I'm probably going to butcher, but I even typed out the pronunciation to try and get it right. It is Urtica dioica. It's terrible. Nettle grows from 2 feet to 6 feet tall. It can get great big. It has a square stem that looks kind of fibrous. The leaves, they are like saw-toothed edges and they're kind of heart-shaped, and they have these little hollow hairs, and those hollow hairs are tipped with its silica, which reminds me of the silica gel packs you like put in stuff to keep it fresh. The silica is a natural glass-like material that the plant absorbs from the soil. So when the hairs make contact with your skin, they shatter, they break, and they release all those chemicals, all the irritating chemicals from the soil. Nettle thrives in full shade in moist or dry woodland soils. The parts that you're going to use from stinging nettle is all of the above ground parts. Nettle is super rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K. It also has thiamine and other minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, and iron. So that is something I'm going to be sending you in your care package to try is some nettle. Some of the herbal actions of nettle, it's an antihistamine, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's antiseptic. It can be used to stimulate circulation. It's great for the endocrine and the urinary tract system, good for the kidneys, and it is carminative, so it is also good for digestion. Some of the ways that nettle can be beneficial is so it helps to improve the body's resistance to mold and environmental pollutants. So it's good for allergies. It can be taken for seasonal allergies. I know a lot of people that use like a nettle tincture for seasonal allergies. It is good it helps with your sinuses. It can curb your appetite. I don't have any personal experience with that, but I'm kind of curious. It can help clear toxins from your body. Like I said previously, it's really good for the kidneys and urinary tract, so it can help with kidney stones and UTIs. It helps with anemia because of the high iron content in the vitamin K. It can be used for night sweats, hypoglycemia. There's a ton of uses for nettle. Some of the most common ways that we can ingest it, teas, tinctures, and then there's a lot of people that will take fresh nettles and they'll just cook them fresh. You can like put it in a saucepan and like saute it with like oil or butter and like garlic, and you can just eat it as like a side dish. It's not recommended to eat it raw because of the hairs. So you always want to make sure like you are cooking it or blanching it or drying it completely before you ingest it, because you don't want those little tiny hairs releasing all those chemical irritants in your throat if you're going to eat them. Safety considerations, always check with your healthcare provider before, you start any kind of herbal anything. But people with kidney or heart disease, you want to use caution due to the potential diuretic effects. So it can cause you to go pee more often. And if you're on a blood thinner, so if you are taking Coumadin, warfarin, you do not want to take Nettle. Because of the high vitamin K content in it, it can cause your blood levels to be off, which can make your medication not work correctly. So anybody that's on a blood thinner, you should not be taking Nettle. Let's see. Folklore, my favorite part. So this part is exciting to me. So in Norse and Germanic traditions, nettles were considered to be sacred to Thor. How fun is that? People used to throw bundles of nettle into their fires during thunderstorms to try and protect their home from lightning strikes. So neat. In Celtic lore, nettle patches marked boundaries for fairy dwellings, and carrying the plant protected humans from fairy mischief. And I also thought this one was super fun. In Anglo-Saxon magic, it was called breaking the elf shot. So it was used in spells to heal sudden illness or pains that were believed to be caused by invisible arrows that were shot by malicious elves or witches. Yeah.
Hold
How
on.
cool is that?
Did you say invisible arrows?
Yeah. They believed that invisible arrows were shot by elves or witches that were being malicious. So neat.
So between that and the hair in your throat, I can't stop thinking about that. I would not want to eat something with hair in my throat. Ew.
I know. It's crazy. Just make sure you cook it first. That's all. And then it won't irritate anything. So as far as, witchy correspondences to this plant, nettle was seen as a powerful plant that is linked to protection, boundary setting, and returning curses. So how we can use it in practice is we can use it for warding. We can hang dried nettle over doors or put it on windowsills to block negative unwanted energy. You can use it as hex reversal. So you can carry a small sachet or like a mojo bag to break and return a curse back to its sender. And the other way that you can use it is energy cleansing. So you can burn dried nettle on a little charcoal disc. They make them for like loose incense. So you can burn some dried nettle on it. You can use it during ritual to help clear any lingering conflict or tension that might be in a room. It has so many purposes. It's such a cool plant.
I like the name. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, something else that I just remembered off the top of my head is it used to be in like ancient practice. So like say you had a painful knee, they would literally take the fresh plant and they would like tap your leg with it, and it would release all those chemicals into like your skin, and it would help to alleviate like the pain and inflammation that you would have in one of your painful joints.
Wow.
Yeah, super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I do sell nettle tinctures here in the shop. I have a lot of customers, like I said, that do use it for allergy relief. So if you are interested in trying nettle for, you can even use it in a tincture form for kidney issues, UTI, things like that. But that is something that I do sell here in the shop. So you can find that on my website. It's a really cool green color. Just because of it just soaks all the stuff out of it. So it's a really deep, dark green color. Always with tinctures, they don't taste great. Nettle tastes like grass, just so you're prepared. But you can either put a couple drops in your mouth under your tongue, or you can put a little bit of water or juice or something to be able to get it down. But it does really help with allergies a lot.
And if you guys haven't been to her shop, it's way better than shopping online because her shop is absolutely the cutest. It literally has a whole creek in the back. It is the most serene, peaceful place. When you walk in there, it's the cutest little shop. It's like everything's so neatly organized. I love it. I'm obsessed.
I really appreciate that. It's a work in progress, but it is like my little serene piece of comfort back here. I can hear the water running now because I have the door open and it's pretty great.
I would never leave. I literally want to build a tent in your backyard and just live there with my cats because it's
you can just bring
so peaceful.
I have an air mattress. We'll just put it up in here and you can just spend the night and just sleep in the shop. It'll be cozy.
Yes, I love it.
Sounds good.
Love it.
We're going to move on to Sam's week ahead card pull. So let's see what the cards have to say for you guys this week.
All right, I'm using my Halloween deck because, well, it's practically Halloween. I think after 4th of July, it's officially Halloween, but that's just me. I got the cutest little deck. It's a Halloween deck. I love it. And it's got like the little like cats and stuff. I don't know. I think it's cute. 3 of
super
Cups.
cute. Yeah, it's great.
It's little too. All right. For those watching, what is going to happen during the beginning of the week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Getting a card Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I feel like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're slowly getting clarity about a situation that no longer serves you. You're moving on past the situation. Yeah, I feel like there has been someone holding back as well. So I feel like towards the beginning of the week, you're holding back, you're getting clarity about a situation, kind of moving forward. Towards the middle of the week, what's going to happen towards the middle of the week? I feel like towards the middle of the week, someone's going to come back with an apology or some type of temptation. Very immature energy here, very toxic with the devil here. So I feel like towards the middle of the week, there'll be either someone that comes in with some toxic apology or someone's very toxic for you that's going to try to come in and give you an apology. This could have been someone you were with for a long time, someone you had a connection with here, the 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands. And I feel like this person gives you a lot of anxiety here. So that's going to be happening towards the middle of the week. And then towards the end of the week, what's going to happen? So I feel like, again, you're being tested with the Hierophant here. So do you really want to move forward with this person? Because I really feel like a lot of people are cutting out old patterns, old situations, leaving things that no longer serve them anymore. And I feel like at the end of the week, you're going to feel like you are sort of could be ignoring a decision here. But towards the end of the week, the 7 of Cups here, there's just some confusion here about a person or confusion about an idea if you want to work together with somebody. But I feel like with the 7 of Cups here, and the 5 of Swords, there may be some conflict towards the end of the week. But there's definitely some good news coming in, though, about something you've been waiting on. So this week, moving on, being tested from the universe. And then at the end of the week, there might be some conflict, and you want to definitely keep your options open. You're getting good news on something you've been waiting for. So, yeah.
Awesome. Let us know in the comments, guys, how you think cards, if they correlate with things that are going on in your life. We'd also like to know if last week's cards, played any significant part or if they corresponded with anything too. We really don't have an idea of what we're doing for next week yet. We're still coming up with some ideas for that. If there's anything that you would like for us to talk about, shoot me a message, shoot Sam a message, comment, whatever. And then we would be happy to kind of formulate our next episode around your idea. So yeah, we went over the angel numbers. We talked about herbs that correspond with them. This week's herbal ally is stinging nettle, and Sam gave you your week ahead card pull. So I think we are going to finish up here. We appreciate you very much. We are trying to get this thing up and growing. So if you could please like, subscribe, share, do all the things, we would greatly appreciate it. We are now streaming the podcast on Apple Podcasts as well as on YouTube. And you can find us on our Facebook page, Wild&Elementalpodcast. I am going to start an album on there where I share like a monogram of every week's herbal ally. So you'll have something to reference back to. And then I'm going to try and put just some corresponding things up that go along with our episode. I do have angel number stuff already posted. So if you're interested more, if there's one that resonates with you, the most, you can hop over to the Facebook page and check out what it means.
Yes. And stay tuned for the bloopers because there'll be some funny ones, as there always.
The bloopers are my favorite part.
If anyone's looking for a good perfume, I cannot stop sniffing this. This is the Juliet. Juliet has a gun, Banana Rush. I'm telling you, I can't stop. Like I'm like literally in a room with cat litter, so I've been spraying stuff. It smells so good. But
Where'd you get it?
Sephora. I had
Okay.
a gift card, and I really like Juliet Has a Gun. They have a lot of fragrant perfumes that last, but this one is a limited edition, and it smells like a caramelized banana.
Awesome.
So
I'm gonna have to look into that. I love that smell good. All right, guys. Well, thanks
yes.
for hanging out with us again today. We appreciate you, like I said, very much. And tune in to episode 5 next week, where we don't know what we're talking about yet, but we'll announce it at some point here on the Facebook page to let you know. So thank you again, and we will
Yep.
see you next week.
Catch you on the flip side.